Back, ladies and gentlemen, we have Nip and Furzies. I'm not gonna do that.
Oh, you're doing so good though. Come on.
Sorry, I lack confidence, man. Am I doing it? All right. Well, we have Nip and Gambit here for Game 2. Nip leading 1-0. They drought stratted last game, and here we are again having another drought. Come on, just take over, dude. I don't want to do this.
I like how your voice got deeper as well as you're doing.
I'm trying to be like you,
because
I have like a, I don't have a deep voice here. It just sounds more entertaining.
Gotta
It sounds more
bass
appealing. So.
10 seconds remaining.
Anyways, as you're trying to say, game number 2 of this best of 3. This is the finals, guys. The GG.Bet Invitational.
Remaining.
We got Gambit against NIP. NIP up 1 game to nothing.
Yeah, I mean, Nip right now, I think they're on a pretty hot streak. I believe they're already on a 5-game win streak right now. Yeah, this would be their 6th in a row if they were able to win this and also win the title of GG.Bet Invitational Champions. So, I'm confused with the community and staff cup here. But again, here we go. They did open up with the Winter Wyvern, and immediately Peter responds with the Drow Ogre. This time Windranger wasn't picked this time around just because Windranger was banned. So he's sticking with his old go-to here. Drow being a very popular pick for Nip, and alongside with the Ogre. So, and I don't know, this Axe pick, I'm not too sure how I feel about it. I mean, you're capable of pressuring, I guess, with the Winter Wyvern or another support, but as long as it depends on how this lane goes, and it depends what his support duo is, and if he's able to get these battle hungers and kill all of Drow's regen in the laning, like the first couple minutes, then it will be beneficial towards his Axe, and if Axe is able to snowball. But I feel like the game is a little bit easier for Drow, especially you're likely going to have this zoning Ogre, and Ogre's going to be zoning these 2 supports out, while even if you were to battle hunger this Drow, like he'll be able to get the last hits or denies easily to remove it instantly. So like it just comes down to the regen game when it comes to this matchup. In worst case scenario, Axe can cut the waves, but you're going to have an Ogre chasing you around.
Yeah, always annoying. I still can't. For me, it's just Gambit. The idea of banning Windranger over the Drow is honestly puzzling to me, because you're down 1-0 in a best of 3 finals here. Like, this is it for this tournament. They've been running Drow, as we've pointed out several times throughout this event especially. Windranger wasn't the issue. It was the Drow strat itself that was more of the issue, I feel like. And they're bold, though. They insist that they can still deal with it.
That's just how some teams work, or that's how they function. It's like they are used and they'd rather play against a Drow strat than anything else because it's predictable. They know Nip is going to go for this Drow, and they're like, you know what we did last game, we just kind of black disables and we lost our lane. So let's just try to pick something that has stronger lanes and that has an ability to actually be able to pressure this Drow, not just trade farm with him. You don't trade farm with Drows. Drow is not a strong laner. He's weak, he's low HP pool. He doesn't have that much damage. For this hero, it's all about levels and levels to provide aura and like being able and strong tower pressure. But if he's not able to get this in the early stages, then you ruin his snowball and you hinder his farm. You just hurt the overall team's aspect and goal of the team. So I think having these strong lanes such as Axe, Bane, and Winter Wyvern, it's going to be very beneficial here. So it is going to be the Axe and Winter Wyvern in the off lane. So the double slow, triple slow actually, and a small disable with Axe Call, which he's probably going to get like a 4 or 5. So because his general build goes like 0, 2, 3, 0 through
spin, counter helix first.
And probably stick with some. I don't know. Every Axe is different. Sometimes they do one depending on like certain scenarios, but. Stacking the double slow with Winter Wyvern and Axe, level 2 battle hungry, you can really pressure this Drow, and it just really comes down to him not being able to last hit. And like I said, if he's not able to last hit, and you like kill all of his regen in the laning stage, I mean you can snowball this Axe, and they have good probabilities. But then this Leshrac pickup is pretty good as well. Nip understands like the purpose of Drow is he needs to have a good game, so you need to pick strong supports that can zone these heroes out. And Undying and Ogre are both one of the best, if not the best, zoners as a position 5.
Pretty good. Wyvern's up there too, but yeah.
Ogre is probably going to be playing this position 3 again by 33. Leshrac oh, they have open picks because Ogre and Lesh can both play support, and Lesh can still play mid if wanted. He doesn't really benefit out of the draw aura too much, aside from like a couple last hits. But as the game progresses, it's because he doesn't right-click all that much in fights. He just wants to constantly cast his spells, like Yule, stun, combo, and just run with the target with the Edict.
They did this the other day. It was actually 3-3 playing the Ogre with Sox and Leshrac, and I forget the lane specifically that they were in, but they just wrecked. I think it was when I was casting with the Gods. They were playing against Alliance.
It was me, man.
Was it with you?
It was me, man.
Oh, that was you.
It was bottom lane. It was against a PL.
Yeah. So the point is, we're going to see that again, and that was very good for them then, and reason to believe it's going to be decent here.
I'm just saying, you know, they still have open picks if need be because they do have the last pick. But most likely it isn't going to be Lash mid because they have a TA. So they're going to ban another mid hero that generally does well versus TA. That's Scar. Yep. Scar was a good pick there. I'm trying to think what other range heroes would benefit out of the Drow Aura, but at the same time would lane well against TA. There isn't really many left in the pool.
Lena?
No, but Lena is just... The thing is, Lena versus TA, you know, it's still... Yeah. They favoritize this TA a little bit too much still.
Yeah. Don't think another Visage?
No,
level 6.
No,
don't do that, dude. That. Trying to think of ways to get out for Fraction, but yeah, no, that'd be a while.
I feel like it's going to be Ember. But then that's the point of Drow, right? DK does okay versus not really. I mean, he kind of farms. Oh, I got it, man. Dude, Jakiro.
I got it.
Oh no,
well,
but
actually good too.
But they have a pick first before Nip, so let's see what they need to carry. Something that's gonna win them the game. Something that maybe doesn't involve too much farm, but you have 3 kind of space makers, but TA is kind of like the one position. So I was going to say Spectre, but you can't really Spectre because he's going to be pressured by this. You can obviously put Ogre Leshrac, and you're only going to have a Bane support. This lane by Nip on the offlane is very strong.
What about like a Juggernaut?
Yeah, good pick. I like that.
Weaver's open, yeah.
You need an aggressive hero. Juggernaut, like, you can't ever kill Ogre. And then with Leshrac, he has a buffed movement speed, and you've bloodlust this guy, which you probably won't. But if you were to, like, he's just gonna run out of spin, and he's just gonna always attack you from max range.
Yeah.
So
Weaver has better escape if need be.
10 seconds remaining.
More even pressure himself, obviously with that Shikuchi.
What's this pick here? What did I say earlier?
We were trying to figure it out. Dragonite, maybe I think you're going with, but it's like Ember Spirit, but that's not the Drow synergy. So yeah, it's tough there. You don't have much time.
Oh, here it is. It is the Necrophos.
Now select your heroes.
So I wonder if is that going to be a 3/3 neck? It is going to be okay. A Fata.
Yeah, we got 4. We got it all right, man.
So it is 3/3 on the
Don't question yourself. Just be a little confident. And if it's a mistake, you just accept your mistake and move on. And that's how you get better.
Of course.
Whether you're a caster or you're a player.
Because I was leaning towards maybe, again, 3/3s also play this Necrophos recently too, and the idea of then you would have a third ranged core. You put Leshrac mid then at that point, that could kind of take advantage of the Drow Aura, but yeah, no, they're going to let Necro take advantage of that.
You put this Leshrac mid, you don't have any real roamer, so this TA is going to have a free game. And I guess with Necrophos, it's a little weird. I mean, essentially you want to do, when he's trying to last hit and trying to side blade creeps, you can heal the creeps, and if you time it correctly, you can get the deny as well.
It's not your typical Drow strat.
Not your typical, but I mean, this game is... It's all about winning lanes here.
Yeah. That's what PPD definitely prioritized more on than just... I feel like teams will do that. They'll be like, Drow early on, like, oh, now we got to really commit to this, and they just go all out, Drow synergy, and then all of a sudden the lanes aren't going too well. And again, there was a team, I think it was a Spada that did that earlier in the event. Say with the 100% all-in Drow strat. It's like Visage, Nature's Prophet, every single ranged hero, and they got wrecked because their lanes weren't necessarily the best, and then they had no frontliner. And that was very apparent throughout. So more worried about different aspects of the game than just simply the Drow. It goes back to. All right, but Gambit, again, they're down 1-0. They got crushed in game 1. Setting up to be maybe at least a better game 2, though.
Yeah, I mean, I think it is a little bit better. Obviously, you don't have your typical Drow strat here, but at the same time, they still have a lot of pressure. I mean, they have a Bloodlust with the Tombstone, and it's just a lot of things that they got to deal with, and Edict as well. So Edict is their secondary tower pressure, and we all saw what happened last time when we gave 33 and Soxa this Ogre Leshrac lane. They just completely dominated, and they were actually sending the Axe in the off lane and putting Weaver in, I mean safe lane, and putting Weaver in the off lane. Sorry, it's early in the morning, man.
They're gonna match up Axe against the Leshrac Ogre, so figuring that he could just handle it better.
Yeah, and I guess they want to probably tri-lane against this Drow Ranger and Undying.
Oh, is that the ultimate goal then, perhaps? They have been doing a lot of tri-lane this event. Going back to that again.
Or does Weaver just want to chill? Oh, okay, he's going to go heal because he was just placing a ward.
Heading back to base, getting some mana back.
Axe is for sure staying top, so they are looking for this first blood bottom lane here, which could be nice. Kind of like it. But their kill potential isn't the highest because it's fully reliant on this level 1 Winter Wyvern Arctic Burn, which only slows for 22%. And they don't really have any other follow-up after that. Hey, Vanscore's playing his hero, man.
He's playing Bane, yeah. Got him back on Bane. Gonna go for the bounty rune.
The battle begins.
And it should be the 2 for 2. It doesn't look like much fighting going on as a result. Simply grab the runes and go. You see up here, 3-3s running in.
Oh, they pinged him out. They know.
Saw him. So, do they move? I mean,
I think Optic might. Not Optic.
Former PPD there. The new PPD, the European Peter Pan Dam.
Sorry, Nip. Ninjas of Pyjamas.
Ninjas
Apologize.
in Pyjamas. Such a fun name to say that. They've been around a long time, though. Obviously, they come from the early Counter-Strike days, even.
I'm wearing their joggers right now, man. Some Nip joggers.
Oh, yeah?
No, they just look like it.
Okay.
Just have some stars.
Classic NIP, though. It's fun to see them in the Dota 2 scene once again.
Oh, they're actually not going for the first blood bottom. They just want to... they're okay, I think. Look how the lanes are. I mean, it just comes down to Weaver's level 2 or 3. That's when it's like the highest kill potential. At the same time, you don't want to take too much damage. Weaver's already a low HP based hero, and he already has 12 strength deducted from him through the decay.
380 life. Yeah, that's not good. Have to be somewhat careful. But obviously, they don't really have lockdown here necessarily, so Ashikuchi should allow him to feel pretty good. But even just a simple auto attack, you see how much life he lost.
Fat A is actually destroying this TA mid as well. Ooh, another deny.
9-2 versus 4-0.
Double wave pushing into him as well.
They are level 3 now, so I was going to say, this seems like one of those matches, or TA specifically likes to at least get early levels, and then we'll come on lane. 3-3, top lane, nice split earth on both, though. Going to try to allow 3-3 to get out, but he's just having trouble moving through those trees initially. However, it is enough. The Bloodlust allows him to run away. That split earth hitting both. Gives him away.
God.
Very well placed. But yeah, going back to TA, I was going to say, with the levels, maybe that would improve, but man, she is far behind already at this point. Is it going to get better potentially, or is this nice? Destroyed it. He destroyed the regen.
Yeah.
Ashy's about to pick it up.
This is actually, Nektar's just completely wrecking him here.
Yeah. So Appa Ninja going to have to somehow find a way to get back in this already early game. That's a struggle for TA. The other cores, though, aren't doing as bad. You got Axes right now second, and then Weaver's also doing all right.
Ogre's at 10. Drow's having a little bit of a rough game, though, right?
Yeah, 6-3. So it's not the free farming Drow that we've seen a couple times today.
Well, I mean, it's fine because you're not, like, you're pressuring this Drow to the point where he's actually not getting any CS and he feels pressure, right? Even if you're not killing him constantly, there's the fact that he has this pressure, it still slows him down a little bit.
Oh god, a back-to-back counter helix. If he spins again, it's an absolute kill. Doesn't even need it though. Auto attacks to take out 3-3. So gets immediate revenge.
He got the first blood, so all good.
Axe doesn't mind either, however, so I feel like it's just both teams are okay with what happened. Ogre's coming bottom. He's going to use this TP or this death to come bottom, and the stun completely catches Weaver off guard. He was not ready for a stun all of a sudden.
A great rotation there, 33. I think this is where he kind of transitions a little bit to the support, right?
I mean, does he? Is he going to take over farm here? Or?
No, of course not. His farm priority is going to be towards Drow.
So he's kind of just out. So this feels like, yeah, he was there for the kill, but now it's like...
I've seen this before where when he rotates, he's just going to sit here and just play support now. Okay. And let this Leshrac just solo on top lane because he can't really do anything top against this Axe.
Well, Soxa might be dead, though. Splitter.
Nice stun.
It only hit one. It almost looked like it hit Weaver as well, but it didn't. Split Earth eventually connects. Soxa gets credit for the kill on Weaver, so they take advantage of Ogre being bottom lane.
Fada amid the mind games here. He was TPing in front of TA and Bane with his ghost shot initially, running around, and then it wore down, and they decided to back off, and he canceled his TP right in front of their face.
Stick around. Vansker, uh-oh.
And gets a kill.
That regen? Yeah.
And gets the last hit. Look at that regen.
He's fine.
I'm happy with that one.
TA's stepped it up a bit. Is down 22-2. We're at 31-4, so still behind, but it's got a lot better as this game's progressed on. Had a really awful start.
Death tax.
Vanguard going to be a quick Vanguard on Axe at this point, as the rings just needs the vitality booster. I suppose has an extra ring, but
this is where I think Drow is going to start farming, and they need to bring another support over here, not just give them a free lane. Supports need to move over, but they are looking to potentially even just try to kill mid, but they don't really have any kill potential there, so... See, Axe is being pressured, Tombstone.
Yeah. This is a much better matchup for NIP against Axe, that's for sure. And you see Afterlife, he has to respect it. The Tombstone didn't really do the most, the placement very behind him.
They're committing 3 heroes now with 2 cores, similar to what Nip did earlier, and they need to do this to pressure. Ogre is actually TPing in. They're diving this Drow Ranger here.
Want him dead, but at what cost? Axe, Fire Blast stun. The Swarm goes out, the Soul Rip from Peter Pan Dam as well. And 3-3 just running them away. Now Soxa joins the party. Lightning Storm slow, on top of the Splitter connecting, so Wyvern's dead. And the rest do fall back.
So 4-5 hero rotation from Nip there. Wow.
Oh yeah, Dying TP back to base. You see Fata.
Fat A.
Fat A. I'm just going to go back to Fata. I can't handle it. Oh, that was a really early Reaper sign, but it still helps to set up, I suppose.
Wow, that's a level 4 Weaver now, and it's level 5 Drow. It's back-to-back death there. Drow is TPing top now. I like how they rotate though. Nip, it's just like even though they're rotating another core over, that it's an ogre, like the Drow still sticks around because they know the fact that when they have this Drow and Undying bottom lane, you know, from 2 minutes ago up until now, it's just he's gonna prioritize the farm on Drow, and they know like both of the off lanes from Gambit here aren't farming at all, and they're having a rough game here.
Once again, so Gambit, you're going to need some quick answers before it does snowball out of hand, similar to last game, and TA may be that. She is still kind of behind the Necro, but net worth, she's doing, again, all right in the big scheme of things. Going to at least finish the power trez and then work towards either that Deso or Blink Dagger, whatever she deems necessary.
Drow is starting her snowball a little bit here. I mean, all she really wants, every Drow wants every game is just, give me that 6.
Oh no! Oh, Doxock, one auto attack survives. And they're going to turn on the 3-3 as well. That was so close for Soxa with the Pulse Nova and taking everything. Might have got the turn kill, but not enough.
You don't see this often here either. Maybe this is going to be a game-changing moment. Vanscore actually has 8 minutes. He's level 5. He has boots of speed.
Oh my gosh.
Most of his games, if not all, like he farms these boots like 15, 16 minutes, still level 4, and I think he's just having the game of his life here.
Okay, well.
Okay, maybe not to that degree, but you know, he's having one of the better games here,
Yeah.
and it feels good, man. This is one of those feels good, man.
He hasn't suicided yet this game. So maybe that's the difference.
Has he not? Oh yeah, he realized, you know, hey, Soxa was one step ahead of me last game. Like, not this time, buddy. I ain't even suiciding.
Got you.
Got you. Who fooled who, huh?
Necrophos, he's beefy. They're running after Templar's out, so I guess just doing a counter work there.
Yeah, it's just so he can't stack up all the traps on him. And, you know, if Necro were ever to get chased down, he uses Ghost Shrouds, that extra magic damage from the traps. Don't want that.
Bottom lane, Daxek. Just Sakuchi getting a last hitter, trying to. The 3-3 with that Bloodlust applied. He has level 3 Fire Blast. Does have a 3-1-1 build. Multicast almost online for the Ogre Magi, which once again is considered a core here, although he's slightly ahead of Soxa right now on that Leshrac and net worth. He did rotate early, as you pointed out. Was kind of playing more of a support in the Drow lane earlier on, but is back to farming at this point. Fire Blast set up a Split Earth. That's a little too far.
It's level 6 on Leshrac. Oh, if he gets stunned here on Lesh, he can actually kill him. Oh, they're going to chase him down.
Fire Blast in 1 second. He has a stick. There it is. This is a kill. The Lightning Storm first. The cooldown resets, I suppose. A lot quicker. Either way, they get the easy kill. Vada kills King R. Meanwhile, on the Bounty Rune, Appanin, she was sitting on top of it.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
Picks it up. Sentry's put down just in case. Boshikuchi and the Meld. There's a multicast kicking in. The Splitter connects, and down goes Weaver.
This combo by 33 and Soxa, man. They're... Oh, nice try killing the trap.
Yeah, gonna take him out in response though, so Appaninja getting immediate revenge. Split Earth now maxed out. You see the radius increase, but either way, he'll be fine on Soxa. It's almost like Leshrac is kind of being the core in this case.
Yeah,
I mean, they're both decent farm, though.
Pretty farmed. He has his urn picked up. A little help to help remove the refraction charges as well, even more. He's going to go for Yule's next. Easy top 1 during that whole duration. Fada, Fat A makes a good rotation up on top lane. Now it kind of opens up this map for Drow. Drow's level 6, so he's going to just want to constantly be in the jungle now and just farm these creeps, level up his aura.
We are down here. Fiend's Grip locking an Ogre, but the Splitter stops it immediately. They did not realize Leshrac was nearby, so they're going to turn on a Vayne. 3-3 should be fine. Holding his ground again, especially with that Pulse Nova tick. He can't really fight into that.
Yeah, the reason why it feels like a more or less core Leshrac, it's because we talked about this early rotation from Ogre earlier in bottom lane, and that whole time Leshrac was able to leech so much EXP on top lane. And I don't think, did he die? I don't think he even died up there. Yeah, he still has 2 dust, but he was able to leech so much EXP. That's why I was like curious on why he was level 6 so quickly. He's already now level 7. I think he took the tome as well, so.
And this is a hero that definitely benefits from those levels. Of course, even the sooner that he can get Dow Ball Edict, the better, but just even maxing out Lightning Storm as soon as possible with that Split Earth.
I'm surprised he opted to max the Earth Split too. Split Earth Split.
Backwards. But yeah, over the Lightning Storm. Reaper Scythe doesn't kill initially, so now Fata has to run. Ghost Shroud pops a heal. They'll be fine for the time being, but we're not done just yet. Weaver wants more out of this, wants something out of this. Bloodlust applied.
This is the CIS team that I know here. It's the pure brawl fest in mid lane.
Yeah, mid wars, baby.
Ace during the whole time, able to pressure in bottom.
Yeah, nobody dying throughout the whole exchange. There was 4 heroes on either side at least.
This Axe Blink should hopefully be a game changer for Gambit, though. He's closing up on it. It's about 800 gold away. He did finish his Vanguard. He doesn't want to finish his Tranquils because he knows his timing on Blink is pretty big. TA is actually going for a Blink Dagger first, too.
Okay. Get in there with how much fighting's happening. You get a little bit quicker than the Desolator, of course, and allows you to get that jump or get away if need be. Vansker goes down, though. I was at the bottom.
Did he die? Oh, Ace solo killed him?
Let's check. Death summary. Yep, all on Ace. And Gus got the kill. Now they find Afterlife. Tombstone's even put down. They just run at Axis 4 heroes.
Wow.
Find him in the jungle.
Pink is spamming ping, saying there's a ward here. Pink is Afterlife, which is the axe. TA is finishing up these stacks here. Like, their timings right now is just going to be about this TA Blink Dagger, this axe Blink Dagger, and trying to put some pressure onto them. And I think once TA finishes Blink, you know, he's going to probably jump onto this Drow, which is his priority. Otherwise, this Leshrac and Chad. These are the only 2 heroes that he can actually kill. I mean, he can kind of kill Undying too, but that's not the hero that you really want to focus on. Because you want to, like I said, this Lesh has been doing a lot of damage in these fights, and likewise with the Drow.
Yeah, you want to get something out of it, really. More than just simply an Undying kill.
Does have his Blink, so he might look into fighting now. Or continuing the farm and waiting for this Axe Blink.
I think that's probably a safe call.
And letting, so what Winter Wyvern's doing, this is kind of the dead lane now, where he's going to just constantly spam the Splinter Blast to delay Nip's push. And I think Nip may have realized that.
I think Bane over here to the left, but yeah, trying to figure out where they should really go, pinging out off to the side. I'm going to go for the bottom tier 1 at the end. There's that Splinter Blast once again.
And like I said, his purpose to this lane, this bottom lane, is just delay their push. Make their push hard. Like, you don't want them just to give them this free towers. Make them kind of contest, chase you around the jungle, if anything. Make space for the rest of our team to be able to push in top, push in mid. So he's doing his job here. This is what he's doing. Like, you see, he's able to kill this creep wave, and Peter's kind of wrapping around him now.
Actually going to find him. They knew he was here all along. Are not going to catch him, though. Kingyard does a good job getting a placement where he can't be stunned.
They lack a strong disable where it's just like instant disable. Grip going off.
Leshrac, Bane's grip on him, but now turning on a Bane maybe? No, doesn't go for the splitter.
Nice fog there, I like that.
Yeah, Bane does TP out. But yeah, that's, I mean, Fire Blast even has a little bit of a wind up too, so.
Yeah, both spells until like Yule's is like picked up, and he knows like the Reaper side thing is not really worth it either. Maybe it was, he just wasn't in vision.
Yeah, I think he did a good job hiding. At that point, got the Arctic Bird and flew over the trees. He's now back. It's continuing. This is King R's job. King R's job.
Yep, he's just going to play here for a little bit. He just wants, wherever they push, he's just going to be there.
Okay.
Axe TPing in.
They'll take Ogre. Culling Blade eventually. There you go. Oh, it didn't actually kill him, did it?
Oh, he missed.
Whoops.
Sad trombone.
Nice wand use, so gets a little bit of something there, I suppose.
Yeah.
Leshrac with the urn, the Yill's coming. Speaking of Ogre, he's got a casual buckler
Dire's top tower is
he's working with right now.
Push
for the team.
Attack.
Necrophos went to Veil the Discord. This is going to be a Radiance game. Let's enhance that right click even more. That on top of the talent with Drow. Now Radiance to go with it. This is going to be a right-clicking Necrophos.
Oh, he's going to be so farmed. It's like such a nice game here by Fada.
Marshall, they're going in. They set up with the Reaper's side. The damage looks very weak early on because of that refraction, but they burn through it again. Alpha might be taking Leshrac with them at least, but good kill in the end for NIP.
I think he needed to go 1 level on Edict to help remove the refractions a little bit quicker. Because, you know, it almost takes it off immediately.
True.
But it's all good. Like, you know, well, he actually opted for the 5 armor in level 10, which is kind of good, but he just needed like level 3 lightning and then 1 Edict. But at the same time, he probably just felt that he doesn't have Arcane Boots, he's not even close to Yule, so he didn't have the mana pool for it.
As Ogre, there's that blink from Axe. Jump in on Dying's here, maybe get a Soul Repeal. Nice sleep, though, prevents any chance PPD had to attempt to save. As they take it Ogre again, but look at that Necrophos and the net worth.
Same with the Drow. Drow's catching up. He's closing up on his Shadow Blade as well.
Yeah, just around the corner. Necrophos, the Radiance. He has a Sacred Relic. He's hitting so hard. There's the Radiance. Dear God. It's like 270 plus damage with his right clicks. At this point in the game. That is a lot.
Yeah. Maelstrom is almost finished up. It is finished up on Weaver now as well. Not sure if that was... Yeah, I guess you needed some more damage. You can hunt this Drow. Eventually, this Weaver's going to need to buy... I hope he buys a Dust here. He needs to carry some sort of detection because you can see Drow had a Shadow Amulet earlier. Call on Ogre again. It's a back-to-back death here. Death Cell's going to be finished up on TA now. Now we're starting to see a comeback here by Gambit.
Well, I mean, it is the TA Snowball. It's almost inevitable.
At the same time, you're playing TA Snowball versus Drow Snowball here.
Yeah.
And this Fat A, he has the freest farm of all time. He has his Radiance, Veiled, Treads, plus 800 gold at 19 minutes. He's coming to the point where he's almost untouchable.
At this point, at least, it definitely will seem like that. But good push by Alpha Ninja. He takes out the bottom tower. On TA, now will fall back. Ace setting up middle lane. They want to catch Weaver. Gonna get a Gust to open. Rostero just saying hello. Gonna run over here.
He's just saying hello.
I'm not sure what that was about, yeah. Just trying to force in this direction. Either way,
Rip
the Necrophos. This would be a big kill, but it's a tough one, of course. The call comes out. They kill Bane in response, and now Axe realizing this was a bad decision. Reaper Scythe kills him.
That was so close. That call was so important and crucial for their kill. Fortunately, it was like half a second too late. He got his ghost shot into Death Pulse and his like 20 magic one just went to full HP immediately. Got that call off. That would have been a free kill on Fada, and they actually may have been able to turn that fight completely. Fortunately, they used every spell on him in the game. But
still didn't kill him.
A little too late. No, it was just a little, like I said, it was just that call. It was half a second too late on the call from Axe. And that could have been everything. Not the calling blade and the extra movement speed, they would have been able to chase Nip down.
Could have changed the tempo of the game. Unfortunately, does not. In NIP, they take Roshan. They give the Aegis to Ace. They figure Necrophos, he's feeling unkillable anyway, so give it to your Drow.
The Drow is going to be the ones hitting the tower, which is why. It's your general tower hitter, which involves higher risk, and that's why he wants the Aegis. Otherwise, a Necro Aegis is pretty good too.
Yeah.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Being really aggressive
Radiant's
here.
bottom tower is under attack.
I was gonna say, I mean, Necro definitely can hit towers pretty nicely. That Bloodlust, the Drow, and everything. He's right clicking hard, so.
Dire's middle
Still
tower
there.
is under attack.
Bottom, they're setting up. They would like to catch somebody. Bane is going in. He's gonna need to help. Nice job with the heals, but Bane was there for the sleep.
Nice job there, Vanscore.
Vansker still might be in trouble. The slow just kicking in. The Veil Pod going with the Death Pulse. Vansker's dead.
I was about to say, if he dies, it's all because Afro Ninja didn't use that trap to slow down that Necro. And he had another trap ready too.
Oh, this one here, yeah.
Yeah.
Whoa, deep.
He's getting kills everywhere. Shadow Blade is really paying off here for Ace. They're going to look into taking potentially even just one more tier 2 and just ending the game here with this Aegis possibly. But then again, going high ground, it's not so easy against Winter Wyvern and Axe. They need to play this very smart. Get some high ground vision, protect an area.
That's a sleep on Necrophos, just trying to, again, delay as much as they can, but Axe is setting up down here.
They know Ogre's top, though, so I don't know if they're really going to commit to this, despite having
Oh, they're going in, man. Templar Assassin, the Scythe kills her. She has a buyback. Oh, he taunts only Drow Ranger, and he gets used up anyways after the fact, and now Axe is in trouble. Fata getting low. Doesn't really have the regen kicking in, but it doesn't matter.
Is it GG? No.
It's not GG yet, but this is definitely a tower kill. TA has to buy back, which is what you don't want to be doing.
Triple buyback here.
Yeah, triple. They have to commit to that.
Oh, Ace is just going ham here.
NIP wants to finish this right here, right now. Obviously, if they get the kills again, I mean, then it is over. Axe Gets a call. Only a Leshrac, though. Not the greatest. But now Axie's in trouble. There you go. There's one dieback. And now with your initiator gone, you have to accept the racks falling. So it's all of a sudden, these buybacks altogether mean nothing.
Survivor doesn't even curse that score dying from the back line here. Peter with the mega
credit
kill?
for the kill. Double kill on Ace. They're staying dead, and the snowball is here. It's an avalanche at this point. I mean, the Drow strat, once again, is going to work out. And NIP, again, it's not your typical Drow strat with a Necrophos core around it and everything, but it clearly didn't need to be.
Leshrac was just the Yule's counter for Axe, because it's a natural Yule's carrier. And whether likely he's going to play the support role with the Ogre already, it's just he's going to farm a Yule's before Axe finishes his Blink and Blade now. So Axe being a pretty, it's supposed to be a good hero. It can be a good hero versus Drow. It's just you can only do that if you have BKB as well, and that's just too much farm.
GA caught again. Refraction goes up. She's dead for the dieback. And, you know, Gambit doesn't want it to be, so he'll get the Colding Blade. Double dunk. Kills Leshrac. Got the Aegis. He is having some fun in the end, but very likely dead now as a result. 2 GGs are called. It's official.
Congratulations to NIP Gaming. First place.
Ninjas in Pyjamas. Taken first here for the GG.Bet Invitational. So they get their share of the $50,000 prize pool. I am not exactly sure how much it'll be, but I'm sure a good chunk. Obviously, Gambit not going home empty themselves. They too will get their share. I believe every team technically got paid out. Just your typical distribution. But either way, great job by NIP taking it. You know, they had the hiccup earlier in this event. They did lose to Lithium, which knocked them down to the eventual second place seed out of Group A. But then they went on to defeat Alliance in the semifinals, and now Gambit here in the finals once again. So looking good. Their first event since they played since the major, so getting some solid practice in as well. I'm sure they're happy with as they go into the major in the future. It's not around the corner necessarily.
I'm sure they just treated it like a scrim that was broadcasted live.
Yeah.
And, you know, if they're going to play for a little bit extra prize money for it, why not, you know? And like I said, overall, just think they had a really good draft for themselves. They won their lanes again, and I think great rotations by 33, who's ultimately secured the bottom lane, which is the Drow lane for NIP, and because of that, you know, you gave a lot of space for Soxka, the 4 position on top. He was getting, that's why I was like, he's level 6 so quickly, and he was able to pressure, and they were able to get so much more kills because of his Pulse Nova, and from there, like, that's where the snowball, honestly, where it all started. And they got favorable. I mean, the lanes wasn't the most ideal for NIP initially, because like I said, Drow wasn't farming, but one little rotation changed the game completely, and top lane was like a trading kills between both sides of the team, and
NIP has something good going here. With this Drow strat specifically, as I said, part of this strategy in an event like this, too, is to get teams to see what you're doing. They're picking a lot of Drow. They're winning with it. They did very well in this event. And, you know, if they get teams to ban Drow against them in these early bans, obviously other heroes left open and can change things up from there. But they're making that statement, I feel like, that if you play NIP right now, you want to think about at least banning that Drow.
yeah.
Maybe give it one chance at a best of 3, but, again, back-to-back games. I'm sorry. I think Gambit should have banned it there in game 2.
They've definitely been on a hot streak with Drow as well, Drow and Ogre. So something does definitely need to change. But I mean, they are not just a Drow lineup. They
no, not to make
open,
that point. Yeah,
but you don't want to get Drowed either at the same time. You know, I'd rather just play like a normal, typical game of Dota. So overall, I mean, good drafts, good plays all around by NIP.
Good tournament.
Good tournament.
Wrapping things up here. We have come to the end as a result of that being the final match. That's how it works. So, again, a big congratulations to NIP on the victory. As we mentioned, it's Gambit in the second spot, and then Alliance as well as Lithium in the 3rd and 4th place seed. I was actually double-checking real quickly.
It's a prize pool of 22,500.
22,500. All right, yeah, for the first place. 10,000 for second, so a fair amount of change was there on the finals. And then 5,000 for Alliance and Lithium each, so... Again, it's a good prize pool. It's not a huge LAN event, but it's for an online tournament. I think that's very, very solid. So props to GG.Bet there for throwing this event together. I had a lot of fun. Obviously, casting for the BTS studio. Not to speak for you, but I'm sure you did as well.
Yeah, fun.
All right, good.
That's cool. Good. Chill.
Made it happen.
Chill event, you know.
Yeah, this is one of your first ones. I know you're kind of getting into the casting scene a little bit, so
trying, man.
I think you did pretty well.
Yeah.
Give him plenty of feedback, guys. He's open for it.
Road to being talented.
Got that. Talented. I like that. No, we had some fun here, though. King's Cup is just around the corner, by the way. In fact, I see Dakota was here earlier and a couple others walking by. They're finalizing the setup. That's going to start later on today. I want to say in like the next hour, hour and a half, if I'm not mistaken. So we're not going to be part of that. We're going to be here watching, from behind the scenes. But definitely you guys should look forward to that. Of course, it's going to be a great event as it was last year.
Getting booted, man.
Yeah. Our job is done.
Our job is
done here. I think we did a solid job with this event. These early mornings.
Yeah.
Have some fun with it. So
4 a.m., man.
Especially today.
Yeah.
The extra early morning today. But no, again, hopefully you guys enjoyed. Definitely look forward to the next time as always. Again, I was BreakyCPK, joined by DeMoN. The GG.Bet Invitational officially wrapped up. Congratulations one more time to NIP. Enjoy King's Cup later on today and all the Dota in general that is happening. We'll see you guys next time.